Hi friends, hi. I'm Pratap here, your life coach, and today is my first section of episode. Okay, first episode lah. Okay, for if I can, you also can. Okay, it's a very good topic which I have started recently for all the youths and youngsters who have passion, and how did you change your passion to business. And today I would like to invite one of the guy, very good guy, one of very friendly guy. And I can tell you a little bit story about him. Okay, I get to know him. Actually, I get to know him when I went to a YB office. For one time, I went to a YB office, and I get to know him like very slightly only lah, like hi bye like that. And then the second time when I meet him is with my friend. We went to take his gift, laptop from YB. So then I met him a second time, but at that time also not so close with him. And now, after that, one day when I was in a NGO meeting, and then I saw this guy, and then he was like, "Hi Pratap," and then I was like, "Hi Naveen," like that. And when we start to introduce ourselves, that's the first guy who impressed me totally at there, which he loved to tell. He doesn't tell like I'm Naveen and everything. Just like I'm Naveen, I'm a farmer. You know how many youths will tell that? You know, I was proud to tell I was an engineer. I'm a motivation speaker, but I never ever think someone will tell, a youngster will tell, I'm a farmer on the age. You know, actually he elder than me a little bit lah. Tapi, so I would like to invite him today, you know, and I need to thank to him that he really able to come and join. So let's see his story, okay? Hi everyone, hi. So stay tuned, connect with him, and you can ask him. So just need to wait for him to join. And hi,
Hi,
hi.
Pratap. How are you?
Yeah,
How's
I'm
it going?
fine. How about you?
I'm good. Actually, I just came back from jogging. I haven't taken my shower yet.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look so tired and then like
yeah,
so
yeah. It's okay. Yeah. How are you, Pratap? How's everything
yeah,
going?
I'm fine.
And
And first of all, thank you so much for you are the first person I invite, you know, first person I thought is the guy can I look for patient change to business. And then first, okay, you're the one.
thank you so much, Pratap. Thank you, and also thank you for introducing me and how we met earlier. I was seeing just now. Thank you so much. Really, I'm really humble. Thank you so much, Pratap. It's really nice.
But
And
I
also, and
yeah.
also, I love what you're doing, Pratap. Motivating people and all that, telling them that they can do things that nothing is impossible. Thank you so much.
It's okay. I mean, and most of the energy is come from you. So because without supporters, it's hard for us to move more
Yeah,
further.
yeah,
And Navin is one of the biggest supporter of mine.
yeah. So how is it going with the NGO and all that? How are you doing? How's mom doing? How's sisters doing?
I'm fine actually, and it was going well, and I hope you're also going well, right? Your business.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Farming is also a little bit affected by the how to say. It's not affected like how to say like theaters. They are closed forever. Like until now, they're not really open. You see, so there's
Mhm.
no income over there. But we are also affected as farmers. But for an example, we used to give to one shop in bulk, but then for example, 50 kilos one shop, but then they change it to 5 kilos one shop.
Wow.
So the difference is a lot. So we have to reduce our produce, and secondly, yeah, we are affected like in that way, selling our produce. So I'm trying to come up with an online system on how to sell the produce and all that. So hopefully it goes really well next upcoming months. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, and still remember or not, like our first meet. Where was our first meet? I still remember. I met you at the
Yeah,
YB
yeah,
office.
yeah. We met. Yeah, we met in YB's office. Then secondly, we met in a restaurant, and then
Yeah.
thirdly, we met in the NGO over there. I still remember. Yeah,
I doesn't even expect that I will meet you three times. You know, it's like a wave. You know, sometimes you need to meet
yeah,
someone like that. It's very hard.
yeah. It thanks to Devaraj actually also. That's why
Yeah.
we meet quite often as well. and the programs we are in together and all that, so
Mm.
that's really, really nice. Yeah.
And also a small secret from Mr. Naveen is he's a very wonderful photographer also.
Thank you. Yeah, I you know what, before the pandemic, right, I tried to venture into photography, but when the pandemic come, then it wasn't a good business to go into, because a lot of people are affected. There's no events, you can't go out, MCO, PKP, and all that. So it's badly affected. So I couldn't pursue that thing a lot. So I left it behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I ask you the first question? It's very simple actually.
Yes, let's go in.
Just tell us briefly about yourself. Apart from being a farmer, what
Okay.
should we know about you?
Oh well, I just said one just now. I like taking photographs, and secondly, I like filming. I like acting as well. I around all of most of my friends, I make a lot of jokes. Could be stupid ones, could be naughty ones as well. And it's always joyful lah to be around my friends. So I'm that guy who makes a lot of noise. So yeah, that's me.
Mm.
If you know me, then I'll definitely be making a lot of noise. So yeah, that's about me.
Yeah, actually, he's a quite positive guy. I mean, like, love to keep people around him like more happy. So you can see all his videos. Very, very interesting one.
Thank you, Pratap.
So, how did you know that farming is your passion and purpose? This question I
Well,
love to ask.
well, my dad has been farming for like 10 years. I would be honest that if my dad wasn't in farming, I would have taken the normal route. But since my dad was there earlier, 10 years, it's been 10 years now. Since my dad is there earlier, so then when I was in college earlier, 4 years earlier, when before I went to college, I wasn't that interested, so I didn't even took part. But when I went to college, as you get older and you get more matured, you tend to get a different perspective of life and all that. So I will follow him to the farm and all that. This is the seventh year now, if I'm not mistaken, almost 7 years. When I was in college, I'll follow him to the farm and all that. It's like a real thing that is going on. It's a company that is running on its own. My dad's farm, and with the workers and all the people around and all that, the management and everything. So when I graduated from college, after graduated my college, before graduating, I was with my dad and all that. In the evenings, I'll just go to the farm and all that. Upon graduating, I went to work a little while. When I start to work, the culture in the corporate world isn't as the same as working in the farm. In the farm, you're not rushed by any timeline, or you're not pushed by any bosses or anything like that. And you get to work, but the only thing that you have to push yourself for is taking care of the plants, and giving them the proper nutrition and care at the specific time frame that is already set over there. So you just have to follow the jadwal and just do the work. You don't have to, like, rush yourself or anything. Depending on what work you have, you just do in farming. Whereas in the corporate world, you have to, follow deadlines. You have people to answer to. You have to rush yourself. And I'm not saying that this is bad. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of friends who love the corporate world and all that, and they are very successful at it. I'm really proud of them, and I love what they do as well. Big MNC companies and all. It's not wrong. Just telling the difference between the corporate world and the business side of farming. So, like I was saying, that the corporate world, you have to answer people and all that, and it takes a longer time to, depends on which company you're in. You have to answer towards, you have to, chase promotions and all those kind of things. Where else? What got me into farming is that one thing that self development. I get to
Mm,
develop myself in my own way, and I get to work on my own time. I'm not rushed by anything. Yes, money is important, and looking at the future prospect of farming, the next 10 years down the road, we have 7 billion people right now. Next 10 years down the road, we will, no, sorry, by 2050, we will have to feed up to 10 billion people on planet Earth. So the business opportunity there is really big. It's really wide.
Yeah.
So that's also another reason why I took this part. So
Okay.
because and
But
it gives a sense of security over there as well. So yeah.
so you used to tell you study at college. Like, can I know what subject you studied for actually?
Yes, I did my certificate and diploma in maritime studies in NMIT, Netherlands Maritime Study in Johor. So yeah.
But it's totally different from what you study and what
Yes.
you're doing right now.
Yes, yes. But through my education, while I was studying, right, at the same time I was with my dad already. I mean, I was learning and all that.
Mhm.
So I kind of like have the knowledge when I was studying. I was doing farming while I was studying, and also like I had it all with me already. So when I came back to farming, and it's all just there, just do the same work over and over again. Yeah.
So just although you
Yeah.
study, but you already have experience on that. But I believe you are developing. You have developed something more better than your father, right? Or try to
Yes.
transform something.
Well, one thing is to sell the produce online. Earlier last year, mid June to December, I successfully set up. I think I've promoted it to you. I don't know if I sent to you or not. I was selling bendi and everything personally to people's house. My
Oh
farm
yeah,
produce,
you have
I was
sent to me.
selling.
I tried.
Yeah,
Sent to many people.
yeah, so my farm produce I was selling to people personally. So that's one way, instead of selling it normally to the market in bulk, we make more money selling it personally to people. And also, like for example, we were producing for bendi, just say example, bendi we will sell for 4 ringgit to the pemborong. But
Mm-hmm.
if we go to the kedai runcit, you will see the price of the bendi will be at 9 ringgit to 10 ringgit
Oh,
or 11 ringgit. So the pemborong price I give is only 4. But then you are by as a customer you are buying from the kedai runcit for 9 ringgit to 10 ringgit a kilo. So the amount is double over there you're paying. So I
true.
thought like, okay, at least I just put up another 2 ringgit and add on a delivery charge and sell it to people. Then that was much cheaper for people, and people
Mm.
loved it. But at that point of time I didn't charge delivery, but after when I started charging delivery, customers went down a bit, because I don't have an all-rounder inclusive products of variety lah. I don't have a big variety, whereas the Kedai Runcit and also the big shopping malls have
Mm.
a larger variety of producers lah.
Mm-mm.
So that's where was my losing point. So
Mm.
but I'm taking it, still learning and still trying to change the whole thing and make it come into a better one lah in the future.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
that's what I'm currently working on.
Okay. So you found your love on the farming actually.
Yep. It's nicer to work
You,
here, and you work with nature as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very good. Those people love to tell. I love to travel. I want to be in nature, but
Yep.
just 1 day or 2 day only. They not like 24 hour being with nature, right?
Yep. I agree.
Okay, so and then what was the ultimate reason behind the decision of transition from being in the corporate and then industry to agriculture? Like you just suddenly change from a corporate to agriculture totally, right?
Yep.
So why you just take the change? I mean, like corporate can pay you more higher, I think so.
Yep. Corporate can pay you higher, but if you know how to do well in farming, you can get more, triple or double than that. So, but the pay is not the matter now. The pay is not the matter, but I get a sense of peace. That is the most important thing. Like I was saying earlier, you're not chased by any deadline or anything like that. I get to develop myself, and also I get a sense of peace over there. So these two
Mm.
things are the things that are crucial enough to make me make the change towards agriculture.
That's
Yep.
good. That's good. But how did you feel? I mean, like the moment some people, it's hard for them to drop out from the corporate world and want to accept something from agriculture or anything, right? But you're already
Yep.
in the agriculture, but you have been working in the corporate. So how did you feel at the moment when you want to let go this and accept that?
How did I feel? Uh, I feel okay. One more thing, what made the leap, right? Or people are always, when I was speaking to a reporter earlier from the Sun, right? he was trying to find out what really made me like what you said. Well, in 2013, I was sick. I had a surgery in my chest,
Okay.
and then I nearly died as well over there. So if I were for a week, so I had to go through surgery. So I was bedridden for a year also at that point. And that was the turning point. Life, it gave me a whole perspective that saying that life is short. Let's not live a normal life and do something different than everyone else. So taking the leap for me wasn't that hard at all. The moment I thought to myself, wait, I almost died. What can go wrong? What else can go wrong if I was going to take another path? Well, at the end of the day, we just need to live. We need money and everything to sustain ourselves and all that. And this place was also providing the same thing, but better lah. You know, so that thing, that the near death experience there, totally made the switch of not being fearful lah of anything that comes in the way. So fear was out of the book lah. So fear wasn't a thing for me. Even now also, if I were to lose everything today, I still can make it. So no problem. So because
That's good.
yeah, and health is wealth too. That's what I can tell you. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy,
Yeah.
and you're not fit or anything like that. I mean, not healthy, yeah. And it's gonna be tough. Telling you, you can have all the money in the world. If you're not healthy, it's gonna be really, really tough.
Yes, true, true.
Yeah,
But
so
I love the way you told, like life gave you a second chance, which opened
yeah,
your eyes totally.
yeah, exactly. But that
Good.
wasn't but that wasn't written in the paper I sent to you earlier on Sun, right? It wasn't written there because I requested not to that thing
Yeah.
to be written there. Because why I don't want it to be like written, because I don't want it to be like a rhetoric where it says like, oh, he discovered this thing, because he nearly died. Normal lah, these people, they feel like. So I didn't want it to be like that. That's why I told him not to disclose. But the main reason of not being fearful is that, you know
True.
the near death experience. Yeah, but it's nothing to be pitied off, or like, oh, kasihan, he went through that thing. No, it's not. It's
No, no.
just an experience. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it depends on how the second chance is given by the God. I used to
Yeah.
tell to people there are
Yeah.
many different chances, but I always love to tell to people there is second chance for you to live. But there
Yeah.
is many ways. People doesn't believe that, but there is many ways. It doesn't mean you need to have an accident or go to hospital to
Yeah.
relive again. Know that there is
Yeah.
something in an incident will pull you down totally. I
Yeah.
don't care what. It will pull you down totally, but if you rise up again, that's your second chance. The God gonna see you gonna rise up or you're gonna fall down. That's the thing.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. In fact,
So
everyone has a second chance right now.
yeah.
it's
So
just it's just their perspective.
yes, true. And it's very great to know you had a second chance because most of people doesn't believe they have a second chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Very true. Jim Ron used to say, if I'm not mistaken, it's Jim Ron. If you don't like what's going on in your life right now, you can move because you're not a tree.
True. True.
Yeah.
See, you're talking like a farmer. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, but it was very great, and I love the way just now you told. If today I lost everything, I still can rise up again.
Yeah. Very true.
The fear
Anyone can do
of
that.
failure.
Yeah.
Many people very worried about the fear of failure. They even not in the failure line, but they already start to fear. If this thing happen,
Yeah.
what I gonna do?
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
But I love the confident level of you. You told today I lost everything, tupper because I have the knowledge. I can recreate this thing
Yes.
again.
Yes. So I usually tell people, like, get skilled in something, like get skilled in something. I think you've heard by YB also said many times,
True.
have a skill and you will, you can live anywhere. You
True.
can survive anywhere. So this skill here that I have, if I were to go to a different country and migrate and do the same thing there, I still can. I still can.
True. Skill is everything. I mean, like,
Yeah.
there is, which I love to tell, there is two type of skill. One is internal, external.
Yeah.
Internal, it bond together with you. It just take time for you to realize. Some people doesn't even know you need to treat yourself.
Yeah. Yep. Very true.
And your skill can go all over the world. If Malaysia kick us out, I go to other country because I have skill, man.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
So that's gonna helpful. And lah,
Yeah.
come for the fourth
Yep.
question.
Let's go.
How scary was the to make the decision from being stable corporate
Mhm.
worker to an entrepreneur focus? Yeah, I
How
understand. I
scary?
have been through that. How was your feel?
How scary? Well, it beginning, yes, it was scary. It's really really scary. No, no, so not very scary lah, but it was quite scary. You know, you have, I wouldn't say scared. The doubt. You have the doubt over there. The fear comes from doubt. So the more doubt you have, the more you don't feel like you can make it. So
Mm-mm.
it wasn't really scary for me. It wasn't really scary. It's just a little bit only. The doubt was there. The doubt. Yeah.
So how was the doubt? How you was trying to manage the doubt actually? Because when it comes
Oh,
too much of
how
doubt in your mind, you will scare
how do
already. I cannot lose this thing.
I see? Okay, how do I manage the doubt? Well, like I said earlier to myself, yeah, I almost died, so, what is there else to lose, I don't mind losing anything to get that something else that I want, So the way I think is that I look 10 years ahead, 15 years ahead in the current place I am, so you do your own calculation yourself, your risk calculation, your evaluation and all that, and when you see, well, if it is achievable or not. If it's
Mm.
achievable, then it was achievable for me, so that's why I take the part.
That's
And yeah, yeah, so yeah, that's how I took out the doubt out of the way.
wow, that's great actually. You mean you bring the focus very well because you're looking into future.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So what was your vision behind the choice you made?
What was the vision? Well, the vision is really big, referring to earlier question, right?
Hmm.
People who are crazy enough, people who think they're crazy enough to change the world, they really will. So your question now is like, like, to what is my vision, right? Well, I want Malaysia to be, I want every single citizen of Malaysia in the future. Well, this is what I'm working for now, to have healthy, organic, and cheap produce.
Wow.
Not the current one that they're having right now. Not the current one they're having right now, which is the one with full of pesticides. I admit, right now I'm using pesticides as well, but but that will all change. But change takes time. That will all
True.
change, but change will take time.
True.
Yeah. So I will make it happen, but I'll make it happen, but it will take time.
That's
So
great.
that's my vision for Malaysia. Yeah.
A vision which is totally different.
Yeah.
Organic vegetable.
Yeah. Because right
Because
now not everyone, not even the B40, not even the M40, but maybe the T20 may afford organic vegetables, but the B40 can't. The Not all M40 can as well.
yeah.
So I think, right, the prices of produce, it's a little bit expensive. If you're lucky, the price drops, then that's when you can buy
Okay.
organic vegetables. But organic vegetables are always at one single price, and they're really
Hmm.
really hefty. So yeah.
True. Actually, how was to tell because you are in a farming line and
Yeah.
last time our grandparents time they was having a organic vegetables which they can get by themselves eventually,
Yep.
and
Yep.
now the world went totally changed and everyone want to eat this vegetable, but when it come to organic they feel like wow, super expensive for.
Yep.
Can you tell them why these kind of changes happen?
Well, it's a very big and long thing. Well, the market has been dominate. I mean, for farmers, to be honest, it's very easy to. For now, it's easy to use pesticides to chase
Hmm.
off insects and everything, and to save your plants and all that. Whereby in the older times, they don't have the privilege to,
Hmm.
that times technology, pesticidal technology and all is not there, but today there is. So farmers are all, even for me, it's easy to, chase away your pests from spoiling your crops by using
Okay.
pesticides. So last time they don't have that much, it's whatever you plant, you get. And, Sawapadi and all that. Last time, number one pest for them are rats and all that.
True.
So they have to find different alternatives like using animals like owls, to
True.
get them, and birds, and also
Mm.
they have to make a whole ecosystem kind of thing to chase off the pests and all that. So yeah,
So now no need that thing. But
yeah.
it can
Now
be
now no need.
another changes, right? There is
Sorry.
another way to, I mean, there will be another way to again to change everything to organic bag and to a very better price, right?
Can it can be done, but profiteers right now they will not do that. Everybody wants
Mm.
to make profit, so they'll just say like, hey, I'm producing organic or so what, but my utility bill costs me more than a traditional farmer. My water bill costs more, and a lot of things cost more, but things can be done sustainably. It'll be a
Mhm.
one-time investment, but then reoccurringly it'll be just the same thing because you have everything set up ready. So
Mhm.
sustainability is the aim lah. So the moment the process is sustainable, you can definitely make good organic vegetables available to everyone. But since organic vegetables, can't be mass produced at the moment because of high capital,
Mm-mm.
so that's why the normal vegetables are out there.
Mm-mm. So it gonna take time, but it is your
Yes,
dream, your visions.
yes,
Which gonna
yes,
happen? It's hard
yes.
to
It will.
tell.
It will happen. It will happen. I'll make it happen.
Yeah, sure it will happen, bro. I believe in another country because I've seen now the world already running for I need organic vegetable, organic this, organic orange and
Yeah,
everything. I
yeah.
believe in another country here there will be something. Everyone is with organic only.
Yep, yep, definitely. Maybe I'm hoping this all to happen within the next 5 years for myself.
Oh,
I'm hoping all this to
that's
happen
good.
in the next 5 years. It may seem long, but I want everybody to have live healthy lah. That's the most important thing.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
Very
I
great. I
know.
mean, like
Yeah, yeah.
all the
We're
best for the vision,
thank
really, which I really think need to happen.
thank you. Yeah, it will happen. I will make vegetables available to everyone.
Great, great, great. So, what do you think about agriculture industry as whole? The whole world agriculture. What do you think about that?
It's a very good industry. It's a very good industry. It's a noble industry. Like any other profession, it's a noble one as well. And anyone can dive into it. Anyone can plant a seed and start, and then anyone can start a farm. You know. So it is a good industry, but you just need knowledge. That's one thing. Yeah. Yeah. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, you did,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
did, no problem.
Yeah. It's a very noble
But
industry, like the others as well.
yeah, but many people scared of agriculture. You know, like now, see, as a
Mhm.
India, they are protesting just for farmer agriculture. They want back, although they are providing much of things, foods and everything, but they are protesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how
All
did you
right.
see? Because it's still very important.
How do I see like, well, at the end of the day, it depends on the government policies, the policies that are in the country. The politicians are responsible for the
Mm,
farmers and the well-being of any industry or sector in the country. So the
mm,
policymakers are held responsible for the livelihoods of the producers and all that. Like in
mm,
Malaysia, the policies are all okay, but in India, only for particular crops, mass producing crops like rice, and I don't know what they're protesting for, but I'm pretty sure they're being produced in bulks. Because
mm,
when I
mm,
watched the video, I was saying that certain companies want to take over and just be the middleman of thing and give a small percentage. So that's
mm,
what the people over there are protesting, if I am not mistaken. If I'm not
mm.
mistaken. But so yeah. So yeah, it's the government policies that matter. So ours is good. Ours is good.
That's great. That's great. So before I go to my question, there is one question. What would be your tips in small scale home farming?
Well, it depends in which area you are. CCA, if it depends in which area you are for small scale home farming. Find out what your market has over there. And then if you identify the area that you're living in, you can start a small scale home farming within a small room is also possible. You can either do mushroom or microgreens. So these two things you can do and sell in your area. These two things. But providing the market that is taking these things, you definitely can make money out of this.
That's great. That's great. So from
Yeah.
I think I need to plant a mushroom in my room.
You definitely can make money. 100 gram is 1 ringgit.
100 gram is 1 ringgit.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Can. Actually,
And
my
one mushroom bottle can produce up to 5 to 7 times. So you already have 7 ringgit from one bottle. So just
wow.
imagine if you have 100 bottles, you already how much you make, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 700. Yeah.
Nice. Actually, my house was quite packed with too much of farming things because my parents love to do farming, especially
I
my mother.
I see.
So
That's
you
good.
can
That's
see
good.
there's a few banana trees, and in Tamil we call puchikira.
Pulchikira, yes, our Indian food. Yeah.
This one. And there are still few lah, but I don't know what name. Only my mommy know.
Yeah, it's alright. No problem.
So,
Sida is gonna plant mushroom.
I'm gonna plant mushroom.
That's good.
So,
That's good, Sida. Congratulations.
see, you give an idea, and people all from cactus, they're gonna change. Everyone gonna change into mushroom in their room already.
Yeah, yeah.
So, would you recommend the youths to consider agriculture as an entrepreneur opportunity?
Yes, they should. The youth should consider this as a entrepreneurial opportunity, or they can even consider this as their career opportunity if they're not interested to be an entrepreneur themselves. Maybe down the line, if they start working with a company, they could get an idea. I always suggest everyone who wants to be an entrepreneur in farming, like if they don't have the capital right now, go and work for a farm. Go and join a farm, preferably a modern farm, instead of
Mm-mm,
a traditional one, and learn
mm-mm,
how they do things there.
mm.
Learn the knowledge within a year or two. Come out, save up your money. In the meantime, you're working there, and start your own. Definitely, you'll be making the same amount of money because you already have the knowledge that you have
True.
taken from that you have learned over the years of experience with that particular company, and so and so. So it's not wrong to learn. I mean, So yeah, that's one way the youngsters can take this path and do things.
So you've been talking about farming and everything. Does there anyone in your contact like suddenly kind of like Anne bro, how can I do farming and how can I
Oh
change farming into business?
yes, a lot, a lot. So many people have reached out to me. Like how do I do farming? I have sat on calls almost. I would say within a week at least. I would receive up to 8 to 7 calls within a week. I'll
Wow.
spend at least an hour to two with one person, just advising them on how to, go about farming and how to start a farm, or anything related to farming, or even if they already started a farm, how to run the farm and all that. So yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
That's great, man. Getting more call than me.
No, I mean it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
But it's good. I mean, you are sharing your knowledge, you know.
Yep,
It's
yep,
good to
definitely.
bring up. And as I told, you need to show the youth that actually this thing can earn money. That's the thing.
Yes,
They want
can.
that thing to happen.
Can earn money. See, Suhasai has said down here, duck farm.
Duck farm.
So my the duck farmer earlier, Alif, which is known as Ladang Bro, he was saying that one duck egg can go up to 70 cents. Just imagine if you can produce 100 duck eggs, or 1,000 or 2,000, and
Mm.
one duck is only a baby duck will only cost you 2 to 3 ringgit to buy, and they
Okay.
will start producing eggs after 6 months. So just imagine the profit that you can make. So you just got to people have to do their homework lah, but the money is there, but you have to do your homework as well.
True, true,
Yeah,
true, true. I mean, like, you need to have patience, you know, not like today I
yeah,
buy the duck, tomorrow itself I dapat duit. You need to have the
yes,
patience to grow the thing. That's
yes.
the point.
Patience and also passion to do it, because if you're just there for the money, you will not see the money. You will not
True,
see the money.
true. Because I believe when it's come to plant or any duck farm or chicken farm, they do it with the full of love, you know, like they take care the
Yes,
things so much. Then only they able to produce this much of things more than other people.
correct. Very true.
That's great. So you see, you need to do with patient is number one, and patient another one is very
Yes,
important. These two is very
yes,
important.
yes, I agree.
That's great. So, what are the three most important things anybody should know before being an entrepreneur focusing on agriculture?
All right. They need to learn, number one, they have to learn the techniques. Number two, this is for every, it applies to any agriculture produce or every agriculture livestock produce. You have to have patience, one. Number two, you must learn the SOP. And number three, you have to learn the techniques of how the things are being done in the farm. So you
Mm,
got these three, you can do really well in farming.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
And maybe you can talk about the SOP little bit because when you talk about SOP, most of people will think sekarang SOP in Malaysia itu je. They don't know business
Okay.
SOP.
Okay, SOP. Let's say if you're running a cucumber farm. Okay, you're planting cucumbers. What is the SOP for cucumbers? Okay, you have to plant the seed in the tray, and then you have a smaller SOP. Like a sub SOP for that. How to take care of the seedlings, and then you have the transferring SOP. From the seedling date after 7 to 14 days, you're gonna transfer them into the field. Okay, when you transfer them in the field, how I know the watering SOP will come in, when you should water them, and then
Mm-mm,
the fertilizer SOP, how much baja you should give, fertilizer you should give to each plant, and
mm,
according to each week, you know and then if it's too sunny, how much of water you must give, if it's raining, do you need to give water or not. So all these, according to different plants, you have different SOP, ways of taking care, and different techniques as well on how to manage them. So, and you need an ample of patience, because you plant a seed, like what you said just now. If you plant a seed, it's not going to come out immediately and give you produce. So
mm,
it's going to take time, and you have to be really patient. So
mm.
that's what that when it comes to SOP, that is what I mean about SOP and also technique.
So this SOP is little bit different, or not is a fixed rule because I believe all the vegetable have different SOP.
Yes, exactly. All different vegetables have different SOP.
That's great. That's great. So
Yeah.
can I ask something out from box like from your farm you are producing how many vegetables actually? What kind of vegetables?
Well, for now, earlier last week I was producing three types of vegetable: cucumbers. No, sorry, not cucumber. I was producing brinjal, long beans, and also French beans. So I was
Oh,
producing three particular vegetables. Where now I'm producing only fresh French beans, and also I'm waiting for cucumber to come out soon. So yeah, so
wow.
so earlier was three, now was only two.
Oh.
So have to rotate lah. So there's a cycle going on also. So you have to monitor that lah. Yep.
So is there like a season? Is there any season in the farming also? Like this season, I only can come with this vegetable or like that or like
No,
that.
Malaysia is a God gifted land. Malaysia is a God gifted land. We have a tropical climate, so we can plant a lot of vegetables. We can even plant potatoes. We can even plant cucumbers. We can plant all types of vegetable in Malaysia. In fact, we even can plant, bendi and export it to Japan and all that, because bendi in Japan can be planted all year round, if I'm not mistaken. And countries that can't plant vegetables all year round can be planted over here. So that's the
Mm.
benefit of Malaysia. And you can plant any vegetables throughout the whole year. So there is not much of a seasonal disruption in Malaysia.
Cool. I said that phrase because one of my sister is at Ireland and then she told me at that dot doesn't have bendy. Lady people.
Right.
These people she tell very simple. These people don't know to cook vegetable.
Don't know how to cook vegetables. Why?
Yeah.
Because they don't have much vegetables there, is it?
They have the vegetables, but they are like more to salad. They don't know how
I
to.
see.
Other
I
than salad,
see.
they don't know other than that.
I
Only
see. I
we
see.
will do all the vegetable kind of cookings.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they are limited.
A few people have approached me, like, bro, can you help me, from United States and Canada, can you help produce this particular vegetable so and so. But well, I told them I can't because I don't have the facilities to do it. So the plan is dropped lah, because they want in tons.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so big tons and tons and tons of produce, and I don't have the facility to do it. So if I do, I wouldn't have stopped right now. Yeah.
Mm. But I believe there is a way for you to do that. It could be some idea for you to do that already. I think so.
There could be a way, but Malaysia itself is not enough.
Oh.
In fact, we are importing. Uh, 53 billion worth of produce. 70%, if I'm not mistaken, 53 billion ringgit as of 2019, our produce for agriculture, livestock, and also vegetables. 53 billion a year. So you can imagine how much vegetables that are coming into Malaysia alone.
Yes.
So there is not much being produced in Malaysia itself. So we still have the upper hand to grow and sell within our country itself.
Okay, okay, okay. I understand that. So we can, if we able to build our own more larger, means we can export more bigger. But in ourselves also, we just couldn't do that, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. In fact, our milk, we say that we import milk mostly from the Dutch, if I'm not mistaken. But do you know how much of our milk is being imported?
I really don't know about that.
95% of our milk is being imported.
Wow, that's
95% of
huge.
our milk is being imported. So imagine if we have more cow farmers in Malaysia producing their own homeland milk in Malaysia, right? That would be really excellent. That would be really excellent. It is possible to be done.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is possible. But, we are lacking of knowledge and all sorts of amenities. So that's why it's taking some time. But there are farmers that I know a few farmers, in Johor itself, who has a cow farm, you know,
Hmm.
and he's producing milk as well. Milk, and
Mm-mm.
he makes
Mm-mm.
taire, and he even produces the grass for the cow to eat as
Oh,
well. Uh,
that's great. That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Youngster also.
one. No, he's a Indian fourth generation guy
Wow,
doing
wow.
this. So for 4 generations they've been producing milk.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great, man.
he's
That's
an
great.
expert. He's an expert.
Actually, recently I get to know a guy where he was my junior when was in college.
All
From
right,
one time, suddenly, actually, he was a safety engineer boy, safety boy.
all right.
Suddenly, he was posting about he producing milk, yogurt, and ghee, and everything. I was like, wow, it's really good to see. And then he make that as a brand.
Yep, exactly, exactly.
That's the
What?
very big thing
Yeah,
because last time we used to supply milk, but they was pouring in the Coca-Cola bottle and then cover and give you like that. Now they put with a brand. So I was like really support him, but I cannot buy from Kuantan to here. That's the problem.
I see. Oh, he has milk. Maybe you can contact him. Maybe I can get his contact as well if you don't mind.
Yeah. So maybe after I will share you his contact. We need to connect
Okay.
all these people
Yep,
together
yep,
to bring a
yep,
change.
yep. Exactly.
So it's great actually. It's great to
Yep,
know. Fourth generation. Wow.
yep.
And so, next, what is the most challenging situation for you have faced throughout being in the modern agriculture farmer?
The challenge right now. Challenge. Well, challenge. One thing I would say, the weather. The weather is a challenge. It's
Mm.
unpredictable because of climate change. Climate change is real. It's real. As a farmer, I'm telling it's real. Last year we were expecting it to rain from March, from September to March, but this time year round, it was raining until last month,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's been extended. July.
Mm.
July has been raining as well, so it's a little bit weird. So July to September is supposed. I mean, March to July, March to September, supposed to be a little bit dry. A little bit rain here and there, but in July the rain was pouring. you know so the moment more rain comes every time, it's more easy for mold to attack your plants, kulat. So kulat can attack your plants. Kulat is mold, can attack your plants, and if it spreads faster than you can control it, your produce that you grow for 1 month could just spoil within the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and you will not have the produce that you wanted for which you expect to extend for another like 1 month or 1 month and a half. So that is the downside of the weather right now. That's one thing, the challenge that we're facing. Another challenge. What is another challenge? Yes, the pandemic has hit us hard, and we can't sell the produce. That's one, like I said earlier, from 50 kilos becoming to 5 kilos to 8 kilos per shop. And also we can't bring in labor from outside. The borders are closed, the cases are high, so we don't have enough manpower. So that is one thing. Those three things, those are three challenges over there.
But when you tell about labors, suddenly come out to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like when it's come to labor? Because most of us like prefer foreigners, right? Why can't is that Malaysian don't want to do agriculture or farming, or is that they putting a high demand of on themselves?
Number one, they don't want to do any tough job. Malaysians don't want to basically do any tough jobs. And number two, they don't. Well, I agree. The job is tough. The job is tough, but the salary they're expecting is more than 1,006. They're expecting 3,000 to 2,500 or 2,800. So for that, and then when we calculate with the produce that we are selling, we don't make much over there. We don't make much at all. So it's one thing. So it's we can't hire them. Where else, if you hire foreigners, it's much more cheaper. 1,000, you can pay them 1,004 to 1,006, depends on how much the boss wants to give. So that's the range in Malaysia. Well, some other companies, they give way lesser. So that's one of the thing lah. But I don't blame Malaysians for not working here. I myself, if you give me the opportunity to say that, oh, if you're not making money here, would you want to work here? Then I would definitely say no as well. So the challenge is the weather. The weather is one thing lah. But if you ask them to work in a modern farm, they would. Malaysians would work in a modern farm because the weather doesn't affect them. It's easy to work, and if the salary is 1,006 to 1,004 also, they don't mind because of the weather. So the only thing that is stopping our dear countrymen from going into jobs like this and traditional farming is the weather. The weather. So that's the only thing that it's hot and it's tough. But modern farming can change everything. You can give a lot of job opportunities as well.
So, do you have any plan to change your farm to modern, or you just want your farm to?
Yes. Like I said just now, organic vegetables for every Malaysian, right? That that will be a reality very soon, and a lot of job opportunities will be given as well in the future down the road.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So guys, don't forget if you want job opportunity, you now itself try to apply lah.
Thank you.
Who knows,
Thank
right?
you.
Some people doesn't see our vision properly, so they doesn't know this thing can happen or not. But when you start, someone who come and join and give you some ideas, it can make that thing happen more faster than your plan.
Yep. I agree. I agree.
Just the vision of the people they couldn't accept because as you told, you need patience to do this.
Yes. Yes. You need patience and passion together at the same time.
Yeah. So in this current world, you suddenly talking about you need to do something which you love and you
Yeah.
need to take time to do this. They are not ready. They tell tomorrow I need to pergi kerja and dapat gaji je.
Yeah. Correct. Correct. But there I know people who really want to jump into this, but at the same time, what is constricting them from starting their own business is that they have family to back up. They have people under their care. Some are taking care of their parents and they're sole breadwinner of the family. So they only have enough for the family. They don't have some for themselves. But I really look up to them and see like they will definitely make it, and I give it to them. They're the strongest people in the whole world, because it's not them that who they want to make the change, but the situation is not so helpful at the moment. But one thing I can tell, not tough time don't last, tough people do.
True. True.
Yeah.
So as you told, like it's a commitment. people,
Yeah.
when there is a commitment, they think about the commitment. As you told, the
Yes.
situation which block them is the commitment.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they are a little bit worried when they are round out from the commitment. This all gonna start for a moment.
Yep. Very true.
So what they can do is they can do it as they love, and but they can think when is their free time. They try to do this.
Yep.
So it can happen, but take little bit longer than as you do because you are putting your full time on your farming. Compared to them, they are putting little bit time, but it will happen. But little bit late,
Yes.
but it will happen.
Yes. Definitely.
All the move is are they ready to take the one step only? Don't give
Yes.
any reason anymore. Like this is my family background, all this. No, just one step in your life. One step which you really want to do. Try to do it one step. You can
Yep.
work and do this, and then this one earn little bit more than that. You can stop that and fully focus at here already.
Correct. I totally agree with that.
So how are you coping with this pandemic? From just now, you keep on telling that this pandemic really pulling you
Yeah.
down.
Yep.
So
Yep.
how do you see this pandemic actually? How does government have any help from government have GKP and everything for the us and for the business holders, but for farming culture industry, does there any help from the
Yes.
government?
It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. It's nothing different. GKP as well.
So
Yep.
other than that, is there any like does they have a give
Mm,
like any seeds ke any macam or you want to
no.
do this giving this?
No. No. But it depends on the type of crop that you want to grow as well. Like for Kelapa Sawit and Agro Bank, they have a certain categories, and then Tekun is also giving help. So these two Tekun and these two entities are helping the people lah. So people can reach out to this Agro Bank and also Tekun for help. Tekun allocated 100 million for Indians. So our Indians can go and check out over there and maybe take a loan for 5,000. If I'm not mistaken, up to 20,000 per person. I'm not mistaken. I'm not a banker, but but they can
Ah,
go to
yeah.
the bank and check out for their business. It doesn't matter whatever business you can go as long you have a registered SSM and a bank account and a good profit and loss. You definitely can ask for some money.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's good. That's good.
yeah.
So, what are the significant change you brought up to help this business to survive and improve in this hard time? Yeah.
Significant change. Well, like I said, online. I turned it to online, and I'm still continuing. I stopped for a while, but I'm continuing to improve the whole system, the whole blueprint. It's taking quite some time. Yeah.
So that's good. Actually, bring the whole farming season. I actually saw there is an ebook about farming. You have put an ebook as
Yes.
well.
So if you see in the link in my bio,
Yeah.
there's a website called sayukita.asia, right? So in that website, it's hoping to be launched by end of next year. Sorry,
Okay.
by end of next month.
Okay.
Hopefully to be launched by end of next month. We will have knowledges like we have courses over there. We have courses. We will have ebooks. Ebooks for home gardening and all that, and
Mm-mm.
small blogs about here and there for tips and tricks.
Mm-mm.
Free information on how to you run your garden and all that. Then we'll have seeds. We'll be selling seeds over there as well. You know,
Mm-mm.
so it's an all-rounder thing. The website, it provides knowledge. Like it's a knowledge platform over there.
See,
So yeah,
that's the most different thing actually
yeah,
compared to others. I was like, actually, I was shocked. Hey, are the ebook for farmer? And then I tried to
yeah,
click and see.
yeah,
So it's very good, bringing the knowledge on the website, and people can
yeah.
get to know about things in more detail.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Can't wait, can't wait.
Remember,
Is it?
you remember I was giving a course in Jiba for participants for free. I don't know if you remember. I did that 2 times with them.
Okay.
So yeah, so that gave me the idea, to teach more people. Where I realized that more people are calling me to
Mm,
ask how to this one and all that. So I thought of like putting down the time maybe in the weekends, to teach people for a small amount in return, which I
sure,
feel
sure.
is a fairer amount, because how to say the payment is just for my time, nothing else. Yeah, it's not
Mm-mm.
like it's 1,000 ringgit per day cost or anything like that. it's going to be less than 150 ringgit, somewhere around there. And less than 100, could be less than 50 or so, depending on how how long the course is and what type of knowledge is being given over there.
True, true, true.
Yeah.
Actually, in this current world, I tell to everyone one thing: everyone will have a skill. Now you can start to do a course already, which people
Yeah.
really want to learn.
Yep, yep, very true. At the same time, I wish to help people to, gain knowledge in a faster way, you know. At the same time, you see, like how I learned, at 7 years back and 10 years back, my dad lost a lot of money, but he took his time to learn. He didn't give up. He took his time to learn everything over there on his own. There's not much guidance given. There's not much guidance given. There's not much. That time nothing is available online a lot. You have to experiment and wait for the results. For anything that you do, anything that you plant, you have to experiment, plant, and wait for the results. When that results come, and then only you get to see, okay, how do I rectify this problem and move from there. So it takes time, it takes a lot of patience, but whereby with the things that I give in a course, I give them whatever problems and failures that I have gone through. I
True.
wish I wish the potential participants not to go to all those heart pain and heartbreaks and also disappointment through my course. So my course will definitely, the course that I'll be giving will definitely cover every angle and area that they should be looking out for. You know,
That's true.
today I received a call from a friend. Like, where do I sell my produce? I already produced 50 kilo of kacha panjang, and I didn't know the price is at 150 per kilo. What do I do now? Then I said, well, it is like this. So you have to find a few places and scout and sell the produce. So these are the things that people don't see before they come. They will think like, oh, okay, இது நான் இது வந்து எடுத்துட்டு நான் பிளான் பண்ணிட்டு then இதை வித்தாக்கா காசு கிடைக்கும். They will think like that, but they don't see the tiny processes that go in between, like the SOP, the technique. Some people they plant first time, two time, ஐயோ பூச்சி கடிக்குது, ஏன் வர மாட்டுது, சரியான give up பண்ணலாமா இருக்கு, all this kind of things will come. So I wish that I will with the courses that I'm trying to come up with and all that will take out all these things from happening from them. So it'll be a more detailed insight on how to run a whole farm with proper techniques and all that, and things to look out for.
Yeah.
So that
Actually, the
so
thing you
that
told is correct.
yeah, sorry, I would have said that. So the website there will people can register and put their names and subscribe, and hopefully when I launch, everything is there lah.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. But your idea was correct, and that the awareness which I got, you
Yep.
need to have the awareness of what are you doing. நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி
Yes.
தான் நிறைய பேர் வந்து like ஓகே நான் வாங்கிட்டேன் இன்னைக்கு வந்து இந்த செடி நட போறேன் நட்டுட்டு 2 3 நாள் கழிச்சு வந்து வளரல ஓகே
Yeah.
பரவாயில்ல அப்புறம் என்ன செய்வாங்க அப்புறம் செத்துருச்சு அப்புறம் விட்டுருவாங்க அப்படியே
Yeah. Correct. So
so they
I
need
see
to
so
learn
many.
from the thing.
Yeah, I see. There's one time I saw two farmers. They came and started a farm in front of my farm. They planted around 100 banana trees. And they hunted around 100 banana trees, and then the flood came in. When the flood came in, it tenggelam all the baby banana trees. And
Wow,
all the banana trees didn't survive. And the second time they planted again, kerbau came in and ate everything and stepped and all the whole place and spoiled all the banana trees, and they just gave up and left. That was my earliest first 2 years like that within the industry. They just gave up and just left. If I had the knowledge at that time, I would have told them like, I know what the mistake they did now. One thing is that the flood, it could not be stopped, but one mistake they did is that they didn't fence up the area the second time. They didn't fence up the area. So because of no fencing, that's how the animals got in and destroyed everything. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can't blame animals. Animals are animals. We can't kill them. They are just doing their job.
True, true.
They're just
I
being
mean,
animals.
this is the thing. I mean, like, no, like we don't want you to do. We already done the mistake, and we are
Yeah.
teaching you. Don't
Yes.
drop to the same mistake I dropped. I'm just
Exactly.
helping you to do the beach, but no one gonna listen to you. They say, "Alai, takpe lah, I can do one."
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
That's the
So
thing.
yeah.
Because my neighbor, they have a farm at Mersing. They are snunker and many
I
things.
see.
So they was like they also learn by themselves until because Mersing is quite big and then they have very big eka. They tell sometimes the elephant come in pija everything just next day morning was like nothing at the area, you
Yes.
know. Susah
Yes.
susah good.
Mersing area is all known for elephants. You know.
Uh,
Yeah.
so it took time and now only they able to put the paga or everything to secure.
Yes. Exactly.
So it was like, sometimes when you tell kerbau itself that the just imagine lah, they tell elephant come in, pija everything and gone, cannot help
Correct.
already.
Cannot help. Can't help it. We can't do anything. We can just sit down and be disappointed for a while, but we have to get back up and do again.
True.
Mm.
That's the thing. Learn from the mistake and try to upgrade. Don't disappoint just think like கடவுள் என்னை சோதிக்கிறார்களா. No. Just
No,
think
no.
what you can do next.
Exactly. Exactly.
So come out to the next question is like what was the thing? Let me see. What is the one advice or a strong message that you would like to tell to all people watching in this series? If you can, I used to tell this topic. If I can, you also can. So, what you want to give them a strong topic?
What I would like to say? Okay. Just take this one quote where I always tell everyone, when you come into farming, the weather may not be your best friend, but he will definitely help you in in your daily task. It will definitely help. The weather is the one that is there to help nourish your plants and all that. Rain, water, and the rain and the sun will help nourish your plants, but they are not your best friends. So you should not expect everything to go smooth in life, because they can just turn their backs and spoil your plants within a day with a flood, or or just sweep off all your trees away from the ground that you've planted. So just do not expect too much. When you do something, be patient and always be smart, and calculate the risk that you're getting yourself into, and move forward. That's what I would tell everyone when it comes to farming. And also the same thing when you're going to do whatever you're going to do in life. You can apply the same concept that I just said. You know, you can apply this perspective where the weather is not your friend or your best friend, but it will definitely help you. So the same concept goes around in the daily things that you do, be it your habits, or be it with your friends, or be it with your family. You know, because you I think you realize also, like you have friends that that you met them and you know them for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then after that you don't talk to them anymore already. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So that's one way people should live their life every day. And life is too short. Life is too short. Do what you want to do. Don't look back. Never, no regrets.
No regrets. Yeah,
Yeah.
true. So, this one, I have another two more questions, which I doesn't even prepare. Suddenly think to ask you,
No problem.
what was the best advice you ever get in your life?
Look 10 years ahead. Look 10 years ahead. Look 10 years
Okay.
ahead. Look 10 years ahead and see what. Look 10 years ahead and see what you want to achieve, and and plan out your road for the next 10 years. You put the goal ahead for the next 10 years, but don't worry about the path. Don't worry about the path. The path may be different, but the goal for the next 10 years is the same. That's one good advice. And the second advice is, if nothing goes your way, work around it. Work your way around it. You don't have to break the rules, but you can bend the rules. So work your way around it.
That's great. That's great. That's great, really. And what was the worst advice ever you have get in your life?
Worst advice. Worst advice. Worst advice. There's a lot, actually. There's a lot.
Confirm have a lot.
What? What's the worst advice? Worst advice. I can't really bring myself to share any. It's quite terrible. But is it okay if we skip this question?
Can, no
Okay.
problem.
All right.
Just
All right.
depend on you want to share or not. That's the thing.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Because
So
people want to see, this kind of question. Like these people told me like this, but I wasn't like that.
I
Total
see.
different.
I see. Worst advice. Worst advice. Worst advice. No, not really. Not really. God lah, but very very brutal and all that. But I don't wish to share. Is that okay?
It's okay, no problem, man.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Thank you, Pratap. I'm really sorry. I hope you don't mind.
I'm pernah kena with the worst advice, because people have asked me when I want to be a speaker. The first question, one of the speaker asked me, "What is your success story that you want to talk in front of all the crowd?"
I see.
That
That
made me really, really, really so suck it at that time. But at the time now I'm really doing well, because I'm doing which I'm happy.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Pratap. I'm really happy that you're doing something that you love. Like
Yeah.
talking to people and seeing the exponential growth and all that. It's really amazing.
So before, as I told, 10 o'clock. But
No problem.
before I end this section, what would you advise to all the youngsters or entrepreneurs what they can do current pandemic for this pandemic? I know everyone telling they are jobless, blaming on the government and blah blah issues. So what you can advise for them?
Don't blame the government. Number one, don't blame the government. Number two, um, well, yes, the government they are doing their own thing. The government will do their thing, but you do your part. You do your part. By what I say, like, how is that? Like, you may be saying that, oh yes, okay, I'm jobless this time. I'm not doing anything. And all that. Opportunities are all around you. You could start a business with 100 ringgit. Be creative. Number one. Number two, learn a new skill online. There's so many websites out there that are providing free skills and they will give you a certificate for it. And the price is just below 70 to 50 ringgit and below to 100 ringgit. So opportunities are everywhere. And number three, you can buy and sell products. You just got to be creative. So yeah, sorry, buy and sell is number one. Yeah. So two things. Either you start a business and try to sustain yourself. Be really really creative. That's number one. Number two, pick up a course and be skilled. During this pandemic, because we will never know how long more this MCO will last. And there are courses that you can finish within the next 2 to 3 days or 1 week. Now you have so much of time. You have 24 hours ahead. Work like hell. Work like hell. You need to feed yourself. You need to make money. Do something about it. Do something about it. Like I said just now, things may not go your way, but work yourself around it. Work yourself
Sure.
around it. Yeah. Don't just sit there and point to this guy, that guy, the government. It's
Yeah.
not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true, true. I mean, guys, you need to know one thing. There is nothing you can solve by pointing like that only.
Finger. Yeah. Yeah.
You need to start to
Yeah.
turn your hand, point like that, tell to
Yeah.
yourself, I need to find something for myself. That's the thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's great. And for farmers or youths to the agriculture, if they want to step in or anything, what you would like to advise them? What they need to study or how they can do this thing?
All right. For those who are wishing to venture into agriculture, right? If you are of age of you just graduated SPM, or this year you're doing your SPM, right? Next year you'll be thinking, can agriculture be a viable option for me? Yes, you can, and you can get a diploma for free from the Malaysian government. You just go to www.mafi.gov.my, and then the syarat and the links all will come up there, so you can finish your certificate 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's a vocational certificate, but it's a skill and a hands-on knowledge on how to do farming. You can learn you can pick the areas that you want to do over there, and you'll get a diploma, and then from there you are eligible to go into a public university, public university, and you can pursue your degree there, and there is no stopping you when it comes to taking knowledge lah. So this is the way. And number two, if you want to venture into agriculture, just make sure that you have ample of knowledge before you go in. Do your research. Make sure you see something that can give you money back, within the next 2 3 months or 5 months. Don't go into something like, you spend, a lot of money, and then you have to wait for the next 8 months to 9 months or a year to get back your money. So that's one thing I tell entrepreneurs lah. Look for the short term, and you can do this entrepreneur side. So yeah.
That's great. Actually, which I would like to share here is that day I have attended a meeting, which is most of them is government people. They used to tell, if possible, try to get any skill set with yourself, even farming or anything. Because in future, Malaysia, even you want to do farming, they gonna ask you, you ada sijil ke tak?
Correct. Very true. Very, very true. You are the CGL Kata. It's the next 10 years down the road, a lot of people are making farming a hype, but at the same time, when they come in, they fail, then they go out back, they get flushed out, so don't just make it a hype, make it a reality and make it a daily thing, making it a hype is no point. Make sure your focus is there and your patience is there. So yeah, and also your knowledge is very important, because next 10 years down the road, pretty sure there will be a lot of companies popping up here and there, agricultural companies, and they will be needing staffs to hire, and we will need knowledgeable people to be hired in in the sector. So make sure to get your education as well. I am also looking to pursue my degree in agriculture. Well, not now, maybe 2 to 3 years down the road, because for now the moment is not really important for me, but just to fit in lah. Society has this status thing, right? What do you have? Do you have a degree? You don't have a degree, then why you're talking about it? People have this perspective. Well, so that sets another thing. So go and get your degree and also diploma as well in the sector if you're going to be a professional. So yeah, I'm looking to do it as well, but not now, but definitely in the future.
Yeah. But it's a great job, man. Like, you can study anytime. Like, I can tell you, even you 80 punya tahun pun, you still can study.
Yes,
But do
exactly.
you want to study? The mindset is ready for you, means then you can do.
Yep, exactly.
So that's great, actually, and really all the best. Need to
Thank
wish
you.
you the best. And thank you so much for joining.
No problem, Pratap. I have to thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you, and also highlight the importance and show them how to do it. When it comes to farming, and the people who join, I hope they learned as well, and take a few key points around what I've said. So I hope I helped in that way. And if anybody wants more advice, you can just DM me anytime. If I don't reply, I'm busy, but I will definitely make time to reply.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely will reply. Sometimes it take time, but not worse as me. So I really more worse than anyhow. Some people will scold me, satu dua hari, because I see which is important first, then I try to reply them first, rather than talking. Some people are சாப்பிட்டியா இப்படி இருக்கு. Sorry, there are more
Yeah.
people want something for me to do.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
great. He's the first person which I like to talk, because I'm bringing agriculture first, because which is very
Thank you.
important in every industry.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
Respect
so much, Pratap.
agriculture first.
Yeah. Thank you.
So thank you so much. And how do you want to tell about this topic? Like, I choose like patient change to business. You make your patient to business.
Yeah.
So what do you think? How is this possible, or everyone possible to make their patient become business or not?
It is possible. It is possible. You can turn passion into business, but you have to also do your due diligence, like your homework and all that, to see if there's a target market, and is there a possibility in getting a revenue and making profit out of it, and also a possibility of expansion. So you have to do your market research really well. And if you don't do your market research on your particular passion. Not saying that if you have a passion then you can't do it. You can do it, but look for your market and do the marketing according to that particular market. And definitely you can make money out of it. If you can sit down here and find a passion and your clients could be in the United States or it could be in Canada as well. So you have to be creative, and your passion could be turned into a business. So you just have to do your homework.
That's great. So just guys, just remember, you can change your passion to business. Anyhow, you can change your passion to business. But all you need is your skill is very important. Ada passion tak cukup. You need to have the skill.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And number two, you need to survey what is your niche and your market.
Yeah.
So
In
that's
order to
great.
sustain. In order to sustain.
Mm. So don't use this pandemic as a reason, because in this pandemic, I really saw many people become success really. I
Yeah.
attend too much of class. I feel like, how come you all tell this pandemic make you as a millionaire or billionaire, and then people are here still
Exactly.
blaming the 100 ringgit.
Exactly. Look at one good example, Grab. Grab. They started really, really small. And then after that, they bought over Uber, right? They bought over Uber, I
Yeah,
think.
got all Uber.
They bought over Uber because they looked at the vision of the next 10 years. They already wrote down their vision. The next 10 years, we are taking over Malaysia in terms of the transport industry. And if the pandemic was not here, they'll still be successful. If the pandemic was not here, they'll still be successful. But the pandemic was a blessing in disguise for them to be a push for their business. It lifted their business really, really high. So you can take Grab as an example. And they don't own a single vehicle. They Grab doesn't own a single vehicle, and they don't own anything. They don't own the staffs. They don't own the riders. They don't own the bikes. All they did was they just prepare
Cover.
an app and just maintain the app, and
Yeah.
that's all there is to their business. So think in that way, and definitely you all can make it.
And another advice, don't plan just because of this pandemic. As he told, plan for another 10 year. Don't
Yeah,
think this pandemic can self-solve this and become rich. Plan for another 10 year, which is gonna make you more better.
exactly. Look for the next 10 years ahead.
Hmm.
That
So
should be your vision.
yeah, yeah. So you just finish your jogging and then had an interview.
No problem, no problem, no problem,
Lagi.
no
So by the
problem.
way, thank you so much, Naveen, and thank you so much for joining this section. And I hope I can buy your vegetable lah, because kota tinggi and here little bit far juga.
No problem, Pratap. Hopefully in the next 5 months. Hopefully, where do you live exactly?
Garang Bata.
Klapata. Oh, okay. Maybe in the next 5 months or 6 months or by end of the year or next year, you may be able to get vegetables from me. Hopefully. So
Wow.
it's all in the pipeline. Hopefully it works out, and you will get fresh vegetables.
Great,
Yeah.
great, great. And do you think in current situation is there any chances for you to employ any people who couldn't work but they thinking like 1,200 pun I cukup lah, but I can help with what from your side? Is there anything?
Can
Do you have
uh,
any idea?
I've reached out to a few people, Malaysians, but none of them are interested because they have to live over there, and they don't want to live there. They want to go back, and the traveling cost is a lot. So they want to go back home. None of them want to stay. So that's this one. Well, if anybody wants to, maybe yeah, they can contact me. But at the moment, we'll see how it goes, lah. We'll see how it goes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So opportunities are many outside there.
Yes.
Yes, you
Yes.
want a
Yes.
tanah, it's up to you.
Exactly. Opportunities are outside there.
So it's come to the end. I also would like to finish this section. If no, I can see Mr. Navin gonna tidur in front of this camera.
No, actually, after this, right, I'm gonna shower and then get back onto my computer and start doing my work. Again, yeah.
Oh, a small secret about small business people or entrepreneurs, they never sleep, you know.
Yeah, they never sleep. Yeah. Yesterday I was day before yesterday I was up until like four to five a.m. and then I went to the farm. Then I came back. I slept until 5 o'clock. Came back at 1 p.m. Slept until 5 o'clock. Woke up, was blur. I had to sit down for a while and then like 1 2 hours. Then continue back work again. But guys, don't forget to get your sleep lah. Sleep is important. It can disrupt your whole day also.
Yeah. I mean, I used to tell, it's not about 6 hours sleep or 8 hours sleep, but when you wake up in the morning, are you doing exactly what you want to do? Did you finish everything you're doing? That's the thing.
Correct. Correct.
So,
I like to tell people one more thing. Goal set. I think Pratap, you can tell. Goal setting and all that to people. How to set goals.
mm,
Maybe you can tell. Maybe you can share.
maybe you can share from your side, man. I mean, like you have your idea, you are ready to share. Share your goal, man.
Okay. Okay. So the thing is, how so in order to achieve the things that you want to do, right, guys? Set your goals into a smaller goals. Daily goals. Then you have first set it into daily goals, and then weekly goals, and then a monthly goals, and then to yearly goals. These goals will then help you achieve the vision that you want in the next 10 years ahead. So planning is really important. And don't worry if you don't reach those daily goals or monthly goals or weekly goals or yearly goals. Don't worry if you don't reach them. Things might not go your way. To be honest, things will not go your way. I was supposed to release my book last month, and it's still not done yet until this month. It's still not complete yet. I mean, the book is done, the draft is done, but the design is taking problem. It's taking some time because budget constriction is there, so my design is taking a little bit of problem. It's okay, it's totally fine if you don't reach this month, last month, or what. Don't worry. You have a lot of time. You can make it. And just remember, you have 20. If you're like still in your 20s, it's still a lot of time. And don't be pressured by other people's race, because other people's achievement, because you are in your own race. You are not racing against anyone, you're against yourself. So look at yourself, set your goals, your daily, weekly, monthly goals. That will help you out, and you will achieve what you want to achieve, definitely. So yeah, just get a book, write them down. This is my book, it's over here, it's my table. I have like three books over here. You know, um, I have three books over here. There's so many things that I'm writing daily. So make sure you have your books as well. They write them down. If you're not gonna write them down, write them in your phone. Create a WhatsApp group with a number that doesn't exist. And push your messages there. Like, okay, today I need to do this. Then you just push. And then star those messages, or if you have an iPhone, write it in your notes. Or if you have a Google Words, Google Words, it's online. You can just download it, write it all over there. And you definitely can achieve what you want to achieve. Just have to have proper planning. Yeah.
True.
And
So,
don't worry if it doesn't go your way.
yeah. So just
Yeah.
now, as Mr. Naveen asked, like, how you want to set the goals, it's actually very simple only. If you already have a goal, you want to achieve that, you couldn't just in one day you're gonna become successful people. You
Yeah.
want to touch the goal, it's gonna take days of training, months of training, years of training. So you need to write it down because your daily basic habits already make you to live a normal life.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you want to run for your goal, your habits won't let you to do that. So first of all, you need to break your habits. So you need to have a challenge yourself, like as he told, write it down. You need to write it down. Don't think in your mind that I can do this today. No, never such thing. You need to write it down. You need to organize. At least put top six priority of the day. You
Yes.
need to
Exactly.
finish these six things today and
Exactly.
write it down before you sleep. Don't next day. Write it down before you sleep. Because next day, the moment when you wake up, when you little bit rushing pun, you lupa nak tulis.
Correct. I
So write it
agree.
down today and make it as a challenge for tomorrow. So tomorrow, the moment when you wake up, you check yourself, did you finish these six things before you get to the bed?
Exactly.
And this thing gonna break your comfort zone and to uncomfort. It will feel so uncomfortable, But believe me, if you can do one thing for 5 days, believe me, you can do after that. If you can't
Exactly.
stick one thing, you can't even do one thing for the 5 days, never ever think your life can improve.
Yeah. Yeah.
So very simple. So if you want to challenge yourself, you want to diet, okay, you want to have a beautiful body, challenge yourself. 5 day, I need to what exercise from 5 to 6 o'clock. Challenge. Don't give yourself a damn excuse. You see, your biggest enemy is you. You versus you, not the outside world gonna come and versus you. You versus you. Your heart tell you to diet lah, please kudos. Your mind cakap no lah, cukup lah. Ini cukup for you. You know, people tell, don't look. See inner beauty. No one see inner beauty. Believe me, people, no one see your inner beauty.
Yeah.
You need to bring your beautiful body out from your body, or the way you behave, the way you going for your dream. People come with respect. They see you. Wow, this guy is putting full of dedication. This is
Exactly.
why I like from him so much, because I never ever seen a person stand up and tell, "Hi, I'm Naveen and I'm a farmer." I never seen any people tell like that in my life. You know, some people hesitate to tell they are a farmer. But he was super brave, and now you see the goal every day how he set. Organize yourself. You can achieve your goal.
Yeah. Definitely.
Never let anything to pull you back. There will be as I told, there will be a up and down. Even your heartbeat also pumping every day. When you go and check your ICU level and everything, ECU all, your heartbeat is not like that. It's like t like that. So life always up and downs, man. You just need to run for that, making happen. So that's the thing. It's actually easy to achieve goal. It's about how you want to set. People don't know how to focus on
Exactly.
their goal. So don't forget, if anyone want to learn more about farming, you can contact Mr. Naveen. He can conduct courses, and the courses price I really don't know. It's a surprise. Maybe you can contact him.
Yeah.
And he will teach you. Really, he's a very good guy who able to teach. Not every people ready to teach how to do agriculture, you know. So,
Yeah.
and he learned from the mistakes, so he's able to teach you. So don't forget to contact him. And if you want to study and anything, you just contact him for more details. And
Yep.
thank you so much, Naveen, for joining
No.
this section.
No
Thank
problem.
you so much.
I
And
thank
yeah,
you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you so much.
if we keep on telling thank you, means I can tell many thank you, and you will reply many thank you to me.
Yeah. 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 I
And
agree.
that's a good moment, you know. I'm
Yeah.
You know, not everyone in the life I see suddenly change, but this guy really, because I'm seeing him 1 year ago and now total different people. I saw him from a corporate world, YP office, suddenly see him as a farmer. I like, betul ke you cakap ni?
People didn't expect. People don't expect.
Yeah, I mean, I only get to know you are become farmer when we was in the Jiba meeting, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until
But
that,
I
I
was
don't
a
know.
farmer a long, long time ago. Way even before that.
So it was quite shocked, but it's nice. And thank you for the great section, I mean.
You're
And I
welcome.
hope you will grow and make your vision come true.
Yes, you will definitely will, and I will make sure there is fresh vegetables and organic ones for everyone in
Yes.
Malaysia.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the last wish before I would like to end this one, wow. Sida have sent you a message. So inspiring. This section helped a lot. I mean, congratulations in advance for all your upcoming achievement.
Yes, thank you so much, Sida. It's really, really I'm humbled to hear this. Thank you, Sida. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
So thank you so much, Naveen, for your time and everything. So it's time for you to go and take a bath.
And get back to work.
See you soon again, and thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome, Pratap. See you soon. Bye.
Okay.